Today I'm taking you back to Phoenix, Arizona to show you two amazing locations that I recommend you visit on your next trip to the area. If you really want to get a deeper understanding of its land and its people, then you can't miss the Desert Botanical Gardens and the renowned Herd Museum. These aren't just tourist stops, these are gateways to understanding the culture that has shaped life in the Sonoran Desert for millennia. The Desert Botanical Garden is an absolute must-see while visiting Phoenix. It encompasses 55 acres of living history, showcasing the unique beauty and diversity of the Sonoran Desert. The overall experience is surprisingly lush and colorful, completely transforming any notion that deserts are barren landscapes. This park is located within Papago Park, and this is without a doubt my favorite area of the city. Papago Park is known for these unique red sandstone buttes. It's a municipal park right here in the center of the city where Phoenix meets Tempe. There's several attractions to visit here, including the zoo and several museums. But if you're short on time like I was on this weekend visit, the Desert Botanical Gardens is my top pick. Currently, entry tickets are $39.95 per adult and $19.95 per child, and of course these prices are subject to change. Now you can save $5 per ticket if you purchase your tickets in advance online. I'll have links to purchase these tickets down below in the description box. Now once you enter, there are 5 distinct areas of the gardens to explore with different scenic trails. The Desert Discovery Trail is the main loop through the garden. Everything except the Wildflower Trail branches off from this main trail. Every path is amazing, so I recommend just strolling through at a leisurely pace. We're going to start going through the Center for Desert Living. It has the edible garden and herb garden where you can learn all about the herbs and vegetables that grow in this climate. And there's quite a variety. The garden also has many quiet, contemplative spaces to sit and relax in the beauty of your surroundings. Next, we explore the Sonoran Desert Trail. This is about a quarter of a mile long path among so many different giant cactus. Now just look at this here. This is a giant Mexican cardon cactus. It's also known as the elephant cactus. This is one of the oldest cactus in the park at 75 years old. As you continue on the Sonoran Desert Trail, it takes you through this area full of organ pipe cactus. This is one of my favorite areas of the garden. There are many interpretive signs that teach you about the different species of plants, such as the jumping cholla, the barrel cactus, and about the animals that live in and among the famous saguaro cactus. The next trail we're going to explore teaches us about the people and the plants of the Sonoran Desert and how they live together in harmony. This trail is about 1/3 of a mile and it is not paved. Now this was surprising. It showed a typical orchard and explained that when the Spanish missionaries arrived, they introduced fruit trees to the native people: grapes, figs, pomegranates. They surprisingly flourished in this desert heat. Then we learn about a typical Western Apache household. This is called a wickiup. Now, I knew there was a town in Arizona named Wickiup, but I had no idea where this name came from. These structures were built using willow saplings and yucca leaves and shows the ingenious use of what the desert provided. It's still used today for ceremonies, and it's a living connection to the past. The last structure we see here is a traditional kitchen using mesquite wood for fuel and wetland grasses for building. Everything they used came from right here. Lastly, they'll show you what a desert oasis looks like. Just a small amount of water in this type of an area can support lush plant life. It gave the indigenous people so many materials to work with. As you work your way around back to the main Desert Discovery Trail, we found so many more gems. There's a stunning succulent gallery and a cactus gallery with so many unique species. I guarantee there's something here for everyone. Now here's a tip for you. Don't miss the Wildflower Trail, which is to your right when you first enter. We completely missed this area. They have a section dedicated to butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds. Now, as we leave the Desert Botanical Gardens, I'm seeing the Phoenix area much differently. This desert is a rich, complex ecosystem that Indigenous people learn to read and honor. And that brings me to our next stop, where we'll dive even deeper into that story at the Heard Museum. Another must-see in the Phoenix area is the Heard Museum, located in downtown Phoenix. This is a beautiful structure dedicated to Native American art and culture in the Southwest. So come along as we take a look at the Heard Museum. The Heard Museum is one of the premier institutions in the world dedicated to the advancement of Native American art and culture, with a particular focus on the indigenous peoples of the Southwest. Founded in 1929, this remarkable museum houses an extensive collection of over 44,000 artifacts, including stunning examples of pottery, jewelry, textiles, and one of the world's most comprehensive collections of Hopi Kachina dolls. The museum's collection originated with its founders, Dwight and May Bartlett Heard, a wealthy Chicago couple who moved to Phoenix in 1895 and became passionate collectors of Native American art and cultural objects. I was expecting this museum to focus on Arizona, but it really focused on all the Native American tribes in the Southwest. Of particular note is this incredible Kachina collection. If you're not familiar with them, Kachina dolls are hand-carved figures made by the Hopi and Zuni people. They represent spiritual beings connected to nature, ancestors, and they teach moral lessons. While we visited, we saw a contemporary art exhibit called Substance of Stars, majestic figures by Native American artists, and we saw many interesting sculptures out in the patio area. There's a library and archives for those who want to conduct their own research, and a very important exhibit that every American should understand. Away from Home is one of the Heard Museum's most powerful and emotionally significant exhibitions, exploring a dark chapter of American history. Beginning in the 1870s, the U.S. government forcibly removed Native American children from their families and placed them in distant, government-operated boarding schools with the explicit goal of assimilating them into civilized society. Children were stripped of all signs of their indigenous identity, forbidden from speaking their native language, given European names, and trained primarily for domestic work and manual labor. This is a deeply moving experience that challenges visitors to confront this often hidden piece of American history and honors the strength of those who endured it. While confronting these difficult truths is essential to understanding the full story of Native American experiences, it's equally important to celebrate the resilience and determination of Native people to preserve, reclaim, and celebrate their culture, despite centuries of attempts to erase them. There are incredible institutions across the Southwest dedicated to honoring this journey. You can learn more right here at Museum Hill in Santa Fe. Thanks so much for watching.